My name is Angela.
My name is Nicole.
And welcome to the Ominous Stitch podcast. Hello, Stitchers!
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Ominous Stitch podcast. Thank you guys for being patient. I know this one's coming out a little bit late.
Just a tiny bit late.
My fault.
No, we all make little mistakes. It's all good.
No, it's all good. But this is an awesome episode. You guys are going to love it. I'm
Yes.
so excited. I can't wait to dive in.
Yay!
Dive in.
Oh,
Do you see what I did there?
did?
A zing. Zinga. Oh, or wait, bazinga. Do it that way. Oh, okay. So let's talk about stitches. What's
Yes,
got you in stitches
you
this
are
week?
on it.
I am like, I'm having
your
coffee.
energy.
I'm excited.
You know
I
why?
love recording.
Because this is my stitch. It's because we had Portos.
I know. She brought me Portos.
All right,
guys.
California people, you know what
Oh,
Portos
my
is.
gosh.
Everybody else out there, you have to come to California to experience Portos.
Portos, potato balls.
Potato balls.
Oh,
Spicy
my
potato
gosh.
balls. So good.
They are so, you guys, you don't understand. So it's like, depending about, there's different flavors. We had two. We had spicy. I'm going to go, I'm like salivating.
And we just ate them.
I know. I'm going into detail about this. So Nicole went to Portos yesterday and she's
Portos
like,
Bakery.
I'm going to be bringing lunch tomorrow. So I'm bringing Portos. And
Or
I'm like,
breakfast,
lunch,
yeah.
brunch. That otherwise known as brunch. There is a word for that. Isn't that
I
amazing?
love brunch.
I love brunch.
Yeah.
So she brought over Portos. And so what it is, they have like this meat filling and it's kind of like a spicy beef and then with a green olive in it. It's
Like veggies.
veggies and different like,
But it's like a mashed potato ball.
And then it's surrounded in mashed potatoes and then it's deep
And then it's
fried.
fried.
Oh my gosh. You have
and the other
no
one's
idea.
just cheese. Like it's cheese and veggies and mashed potato.
Cheese and veggie. And it's encased in mashed
It's
potato.
spicy cheese.
And then deep fried.
So good.
You guys, you have to try these potato balls.
But yeah, they have everything. They have muffins. We have some strudels.
Yes. I ate my strudel. I can't eat
cookies.
my muffin. I was too full.
Oh, I ate half my muffin.
I know. Oh, so good.
Yeah, we have auditions at our, for our university, and we've gotten Portos every time now, and everyone's like,
You guys are so spoiled because
Yes.
Portos just went in by your
yes,
school.
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
And people are like, well, you know what? If we base it on our food, you guys win. Like, yes, Portos for the
I
win.
love it. It's so good. And their cakes and they're
Delicious.
like, you guys just YouTube Portos because they've been on
Yeah,
all
there you
kinds
go.
of stuff. So you can see all the baked goods that they
Yes.
have. They're known for the dulce de leche cakes.
They're delicious.
Oh my gosh,
They
you
used to-
guys.
I thought they used to have flan too, but maybe not. But they have little cakes, little fruit cakes.
Oh, those
and
are
then
so
you can
good.
sit down and eat food. They have these
Yes.
tortas and
Yes.
soups and everything, salads. It's so good.
It's so good. Thank
Yeah.
you for bringing me Portos.
You're
You made me so happy.
welcome. I'm
And
so
their
happy.
homebrew, that's what she brought today.
Yeah.
Well, I'm drinking their homebrew.
and I'm drinking
coffee,
the
horchata.
horchata cold brew.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. It's so thick. It's so good.
Perfect.
It
I
makes
thought
me
we could
so
put it on
happy.
ice, but we didn't.
No,
that's fine.
it's straight from the
Chug
bottle.
Chug it. Yeah, they have a coffee place, and it's really good. I've gotten their lattes there too, and everything.
Yeah.
like freshly made. But yeah, it's so good. I'm so
A little
happy.
commercial for Portos Bakery.
We should get.
It's so good. Portos sponsor us. Oh my
Portos.
gosh.
Oh, there's a Portos going into Disneyland.
Where
Yeah.
Libre Bakery was?
I don't. It maybe, but it's in downtown Disney. I don't know if it's open yet or not. But yeah,
You guys go to Portos at Disneyland.
It's gonna be
How
so
cool.
packed.
Yeah, you're never gonna get in.
You're gonna get in like an
No.
hour. It's like a ride.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
It's so worth it. So yeah,
good.
check out Portos if you come to California, everybody.
Yeah. And our commercial is now over.
Yeah. Angela, what's got you in stitches?
So what has me in stitches is my dog just had her birthday.
Hey,
Happy
happy
birthday. You may have
birthday.
just heard her bark a second ago. She's getting old. She's like 7 now, which I can't believe she's 7. That's so
she's
crazy.
getting old.
But here's the funny thing, guys. I forgot it was her birthday until Nicole texted me and she said, "Happy birthday, Rosie." And I was like,
It was in my
oh
calendar.
my gosh, it's my dog's birthday. And my best friend remembered before I did.
Aw, because Rosie's part of the family.
Oh my gosh. Rosie has this insane love affair with Nicole. Right now, she's just all over her. She paws her. She
love
smiles at her.
Rosie.
She jumps on her. My dog is her happiest when Nicole is around.
She's such a good dog.
I know. She's sweet. And Nicole brought her this little fuzzy duck. And anytime you give my dog a toy, the stuffing is immediately
gone.
out.
Yeah.
So if it has like little eyeballs, you know, she
You
rips
don't
out
know
the
that?
eyeballs first so it
morbid.
can't see. And then she pulls all the stuffing out. And if it's got a squeaker, she finds that squeaker and pulls it out. And so within just a few minutes of Nicole giving Rosie a stuffed duck today, a lot of the stuffing was out. Is she nibbling you?
Yes. What is she doing?
Okay, so this is another thing she
What
does.
is she doing?
She does little tiny little nibbles when you're petting her.
Oh my God.
It's just like kind of her little way of kind of nursing on you, you know? She's just
That
giving you
is
love.
the
She gives you little
sweetest.
nibbles.
She's nibbling my. I was quiet because I was like, what is she doing?
She gives you little nibbles. She's so sweet.
Oh, what a good
She
dog.
loves Nicole. So she's saying thank you for my present
That is sweet.
that she already destroyed.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, it's destroyed.
It's got the outer casing and
Yeah,
the squeaker in it
she'll
still.
keep the outer casing forever.
Oh, wow.
And she'll keep chewing on that and loving on it and
Oh,
stuff.
well, there you
Yeah.
go.
But she just takes the stuffing out
That makes
immediately.
sense.
But
It
so
doesn't
does
need it.
Miles, because when
Yeah.
Miles was here for Christmas, we gave them toys.
Yeah, he immediately destroys
They were
everything.
destroyed so fast.
Yep.
It was so funny. It was like they had a competition
Yeah,
who
who
could
could do
destroy
it?
it the fastest. They
Wicked
each had
dogs.
stuffies. I'm like, well, that was $10 well spent. Yay!
Yay!
But you know,
It
it
made
makes
him
them
happy.
happy. Oh my gosh.
She's
not going to stop nibbling you. Well, okay, we got to get this episode
sorry, I'm
going.
just so
No, it's
distracted.
okay.
It's
It's
amazing.
okay.
Okay,
I'm
yes.
excited for this episode. We're talking about one of my favorite things. I can't wait to get to it. But
Yeah,
before we
okay.
do that, we got to get stitching,
Yes.
right? Let's get stitching. Okay, Stitchers. So for this week's stitch, because we are going to be going to the wonderful land of Scotland at some point.
Yeah.
Yes. For our lake monsters.
Lake monster.
I bet you guys can't guess what lake monster lives in Scotland.
Oh, no, not at all.
It's not like it's probably the most famous one ever. But I thought we would do a stitch that Nicole's been asking for a long time. It's the Celtic Weave.
So cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's very stretchy. So it has all kinds of applications that you can use it for. I have it on my son's blanket. I did a Celtic Weave tile.
You did this like as your one of your first blankets too, right?
Yes, this was one of my first blankets. I did
so
these
cool.
Celtic knots is what it was. So it's a cabled Celtic knot. So for one of my first blankets, I decided I'm going to cable.
This is a badass
So it's crazy.
blanket that she made. It's
And then
crazy.
for the border, I did some Celtic Weave just to make it long enough to make like a bedspread. It's his bedspread. So the Celtic Weave is a really fun stitch to do. And it's a little bit tricky, so it just takes a little bit of patience to get into it. So let's talk about the Celtic Weave.
Okay.
For the Celtic Weave, you're going to chain in repeats or multiples of 4 plus 3.
4 plus
so
3.
4 plus 3. So however long you want to go, multiples of 4, and then add 3 at the end. For row number 1, you're going to half double crochet in the second chain from the hook and then all the way down.
I could do that.
Okay. So that's just your setup so that you have something to grab onto when you start the weave pattern.
Got it.
Half double crochet, second chain from the hook all the way down row number 1.
Okay.
So row number 2 is where you're going to start the 2-row repeat.
2-row repeat.
2-row repeat. So you're going to chain 3, which will count as a double crochet. It's actually a treble crochet, not a UK treble, but a real treble. So you're going to be yarning over twice on your hook.
She just confused me.
So a triple crochet, treble crochet, triple crochet, whatever you want to do. So you yarn over twice, and then you're going to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So it's 3 times that you're pulling through.
Wow.
Yeah.
Got it.
So these are going to be long because they lay sideways, so they have to be long.
I see.
Right? So to do this, you're going to chain 3. Then you're going to skip the first 2 half double crochets.
Oh, okay.
And then you're going to do 2 front post trebles around the next
post.
2 stitches. And I'm showing her, we will post this website. I pulled up craftinghappiness.com.
What a nice
And it's
name.
crochet Celtic Weave stitch tutorial. And it has a video, so you can watch that as well. But she has wonderful pictures and takes you step by step on how to do this. So we'll make sure that we list this as well. So you're going to skip the first 2 half double crochets from the row below, and then you're going to do a front post treble. So yarn over twice, and then go around the next half double crochet. So that's the third half double crochet. And then yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3 times. So you have that treble. Then you're going to do that in the fourth one as well, the fourth half double crochet.
Got it.
So you'll have 2 front post treble crochets.
She's showing me.
Then
That's cool.
you're going to go back to that very first half treble that you,
Oh my gosh.
because you're going to make a crisscross pattern. So you're going to go back to that very first half double crochet. And then you're going to do front post treble around that half double crochet. And then front post treble around the next half double crochet.
Doing a lot of front
so
post
you
and
have
treble.
2 front post. Yeah, you're going to be working a lot of front post trebles. Okay. So then you're going to have 2 front post trebles and then 2 on top. So then you're going to have like a little crisscross.
Yay.
Then you're going to skip the next 2 half double crochets and do it again.
Hey.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're always skipping 2 and then doing 2 front post trebles and then going back to get those other 2 that you skipped and doing front post trebles. So you're making X's all the way down.
Nice.
And then you'll have 1 stitch left.
Okay.
And then in that last stitch, you're going to do a double crochet.
Okay. Simple. Okay.
Double crochet, turn.
Okay.
And the last one, double crochet, turn. For the second row, for the repeat, you're going to be working the wrong side. There is a right side and a wrong side. So you're going to be working the wrong side.
Okay.
Okay. So then you're going to chain 3, turn, and then you're going to do back post trebles. Okay.
So remind me, how do you do a back post?
So a back post is when you push that stitch to the back.
Okay.
Front post is when you pull that stitch forward.
Right.
Yeah. So it's the way that you insert the hook. So if you're doing a back post, then your hook goes from the back and pushes that stitch behind.
Oh, okay.
And then you pull through that way.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And then if it's from the front, you're going to pull that stitch forward, front post. So we're doing 2 back post trebles around the first 2 stitches. So you're not skipping the first 2. You're doing 2 back post trebles around those first 2. Then you're going to skip the next 2 and do back post trebles around the next 2. And then you're going to go back to the ones that you skipped.
Oh my gosh.
So this time you're not skipping 2 to start off with. You're doing 2, then you're skipping 2, then you're doing those 2, then you're going back.
So going back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth. So then you start your X's that way.
Got it.
You're doing back post trebles all the way on this row. Okay?
Okay.
And then chain 3, turn, and you're back on the right side. So then you repeat row 2.
Yes. And
front posts. Yeah.
Oh, easy.
And so that's it.
It's just going back and forth.
Yeah, going back and forth. It does get a little tricky. I like to work it kind of from the top of it because I'm pushing them back and forward. It makes it easier than laying it flat and working it that way. It makes it easier to find the stitches that you're going to pull up.
Got it.
Yep. And then you double crochet at the end to
Always
make those borders. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That's it. That's a Celtic Weave. Yeah.
I can do this.
You can do this.
It's
you
so
can
pretty.
do
I
this.
love your blanket. It's so
Yay.
gorgeous.
It's very thick and it's also very stretchy. So a lot of people use it for pot holders. I obviously used it in my blanket.
Yeah. I want to make it.
It will make a really pretty like pillow cover too.
You love your pillow covers.
I love making pillows. I can't help it. But that's the Celtic Weave.
Sweet.
Yay.
Good job, Angela.
Okay. I am so ready for story time.
Yeah?
I'm ready to dive in. I love lake monsters. These lake monsters have my heart.
You're so cute.
My husband's truck is named after one of them.
Oh, we'll go into that soon, right?
It's a tree fitty. So.
Tree fitty. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, we'll get into that soon.
Good
So are we
reference.
ready for story time?
Yeah, it's story time.
Yay!
I would like to preface the story time with the fact that I hate how we title any lake cryptid as monster.
They're not monsters.
They haven't attacked anybody, right?
No, they're very, very shy.
Yeah.
Very, very
You barely can see them.
Yeah.
It's such a terrible connotation, right?
They're not monsters.
They haven't swallowed anybody whole as we know of, but
maybe some fish. But.
Yeah. They got to eat, right?
Yeah.
So I'll be calling each of these cryptids monsters.
Yeah.
But know that that's has the title bestowed on them, not me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
We love them.
Yeah.
They're wonderful monsters.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now,
like Lady Gaga monsters.
That's a good reference too.
Yay.
All right. Did you know there are over 90 different lake monsters that have been reported?
No.
90.
That's so many. Are we
There's
doing
so
all
many.
of them?
I wish. That's so many. No, most of these sightings, I believe, can be written off as actual animals.
Yeah.
Early explorers have seen them and probably thought like a big fish.
It's a monster.
Yeah, they've never seen it.
Yeah.
But the ones I want to visit today are creatures with reports that are still coming in and typically celebrated.
Yay.
In their towns.
I
Yeah.
love it.
All right. So here are some honorable mentions first.
Okay. Honorable mentions.
Yeah. So remember our spooky Ortega Highway?
Yes.
74 with the clown.
And
the
but the
weird
clown
soul
isn't
eater.
like, yeah, the soul eater's worse than the clown, even though the clown will kill you, but the soul eater's
soul
going to
eater's
take
gonna
your soul.
Such
And
a scary
the
road.
dumping grounds for all of those serial killers. I hate that highway.
That is creepy.
My sister used to live over there and she would drive down that highway all the time. She's like, oh yeah, it's creepy.
Oh, spooky. What the heck?
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Okay. Anyway, yes, I remember.
Okay. So we're going to go down to Lake Elsinore. with
Oh
that highway,
yeah, Lake Elsinore.
And you might see their monster as they lovingly nickname Elsie.
Elsie.
It's such a cute name.
Yeah.
The first spotting was in 1884 when someone spotted a cross between a sea serpent and a plesiosaur, since this creature had a really long neck.
Ooh.
Then on September 13th, 1934, Riverside County rancher C.B. Greenstreet and his family were at the lake when they had a scary encounter with something they couldn't identify.
Ooh.
They said they saw a monster that would move along near the surface of the water lazy-like. It was about 100 feet long.
Holy cow. That is huge.
Long.
Oh my god.
And yeah,
Could it like in how big is the lake? That's huge.
it's a big lake.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
But and the tail is like 30 feet long too.
Oh, so
So-
okay, the body was 100 feet and
But
then
the tail itself was only
oh,
30.
okay. Wow, that's still huge though.
Really long. So
Oh my
suddenly
gosh.
it swished the huge tail and darted like lightning half the length of the lake.
Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe this rancher is given to a little bit of exaggeration, right?
Sure.
So maybe it was like, maybe
50,
the size of like
60.
a crocodile or something. And then it's like the big fish story, right?
Oh,
I caught
sure.
a fish this
This
big.
big, yeah.
And then before you know it, it's the
It's
size of a
huge.
football field.
But still, if it swam the whole half the length of the lake,
yeah,
within
that's
like a couple
super
seconds,
fast. So it's
that's
got to be
super quick.
huge.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But it was also spotted many more times afterwards.
Whoa.
Yeah. What's hard to believe about Elsie is that it is well documented that Lake Elsinore has dried out a few times.
Where'd she go?
Where'd she go?
Elsie.
And no one ever sees a large creature when this happens. Because of this, the theory is that Elsie has to be an amphibious creature
Yeah.
and waits in nearby caves for the lake to refill.
That makes sense because aren't aren't they amphibious?
Yeah, they can live they live in water, but they have to breathe air.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe
Could be.
I believe it. Like
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to believe in these dinosaurs. I love them.
Aw, you're so cute. Yeah, so just think about it that it could be related to Nessie, which I will go into later.
Yay.
Yeah. Another honorable mention goes to Lake Okanagan's Ogopogo.
Ogopogo. I
cute
love
name?
that.
This is situated in Lake Okanagan, British Columbia, Canada.
Aw,
Now,
Ogopogo.
Ogopogo. Similar to some other lake monsters I'll discuss, Native Americans feared a lake monster they called I'm going to say that. Sure. I'm going to spell it N''HA
Okay.
-A-ITK.
Oh, I have
See?
no idea. Yes,
I'm
I
sorry.
believe you.
Yeah, okay.
Hashtag because words we can't pronounce
and I'm not
them.
going to even try.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it's believed its lair was off Squally Point. They drew pictographs of the monster's humps. So you'll see them on walls, right, in the caves.
Yeah, cool.
When the first settlers arrived, the story of the lake monster was passed on. In the 1920s, a huge bone was supposedly found by a sea captain in the lake, and they dubbed the lake monster then Ogopogo.
Oh, cool. We have evidence.
Maybe.
We have
we don't know. It's a bone. We don't
it's
know
a
if
bone, but we should be able to identify the bone.
If we have it. I don't think we have the bone. He says he found one, right?
I
I don't think it's in some museum right now or anything, being analyzed by paleontologists or anything. So,
liar.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So we don't know. In 1926, roughly 30 cars, though, of people all claimed to have seen the same thing at Okanagan Mission Beach, deeming it the creature.
Okay, so that's a lot of people. 30 cars.
30 cars.
Not 30 people, because there's probably multiple people in the cars.
Yeah.
But 30 cars of
30 cars of
people saw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they all claim to see something.
Yeah.
Then in 1968, Art Folden filmed footage of the alleged creature, and there was a large wake moving across the river.
So we have film footage.
Yes.
And a lost bone.
And a lost bone. And eyewitnesses. After computer analysis, it was concluded that it was a solid 3-dimensional object.
Whoa.
So it was something out there. It wasn't just like maybe a log.
And it wasn't like a school of fish making a big wake.
Exactly.
It was a solid thing
object.
making a big wake. Ooh.
The discussion that it is a Basilosaurus has been thrown around, but these creatures' fossils were discovered in Egypt and have been extinct for over 40 million years. So who knows?
Why would a Basilosaurus be?
Because it looks very similar to it.
But it's so far away
ancestor.
from. Yeah, it's so far away from Egypt, though.
Right.
Totally different climate.
Right. But it's very the shape, and I'll show you a picture.
Oh, the shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ogopogo is an honorable mention because unlike the few I'll discuss, there just isn't much more evidence to go on that an actual lake cryptid exists, but who knows? So
Ogopogo.
That's a Basilosaurus.
Oh, it looks like a cross between a giant whale and a crocodile kind of a thing. And it's got like a dolphin hump, like way back in the tail, and a dolphin tail. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it looks a little different than the other.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a plesiosaurus. No. Yeah. The long neck.
Okay, but we're going on to our first actual lake cryptid now, monster. And this is the Flathead Lake Monster.
The Flathead Lake Monster. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the largest lake west of the Mississippi River is the Flathead Lake in northwest Montana. The lake is approximately 200 square miles and in some areas reaches as deep as 386 feet.
Oh, that's deep.
Yes. But the average depth is around 164.7 feet.
That's still deep.
Still deep. There are 2 rivers that flow into the Flathead Lake, the Flathead River and the Swan River. There are 22 different fish species that live in the lake, plus an array of aquatic plants. With how large the lake is and the abundant life inside, the Flathead Lake could also hold a mysterious creature that is commonly referred to as the Flathead Lake Monster. Some also call it Flossie. Due to how
like she needs to have a cute name. Every
lake
name.
monster has a cute name. Ogopogo is my favorite, probably.
Flossie.
But Flossie, due to how it closely resembles the Loch Ness Monster. Nessie.
Yay.
So Flossie has been described as a very large eel-shaped creature that is round but with a wavy body like a snake.
Ooh.
Yeah, the sizing is anywhere from 20 feet to a whopping 40 feet long.
That's like twice the size. Hashtag because math.
Nice job, Angela.
Yay.
The coloring is described as brownish to blue-black with grayish black eyes. Most people who have seen it compare it to resembling a whale or a giant sturgeon, although another account of seeing the cryptid referred it to a giant eel-like creature that was very shiny with a head shaped like a bowling ball. It's so round and shiny in my head. It's like a cartoon.
I'm thinking of the screeching eels from
Princess Bride. Oh, that's good.
Do you hear that, princess? It's the screeching eels.
I love that movie.
They always get louder before they strike. Anybody got a peanut?
You can do a whole reenactment.
I'm done. Okay. I know. I can do the whole. I love that movie.
That's a good movie.
Okay. Quick, stupid story. Okay. When I was I don't know how old I was when that came out. I think 12. I was allowed to take a couple friends to the movie theater, and it was either see that or see some other like stupid movie that I don't even remember what it was.
Another stupid movie.
And all of my friends wanted to see The Princess Bride, but I didn't know what it was. And I was like, no, I want to see this other movie, which
you don't
I
even
was
remember
so
what it was.
dumb. I don't even remember what it was. And we should have seen The Princess Bride because
you didn't see it?
No,
you
because I chose the
everybody.
dumb movie.
You don't even remember what it was.
So I didn't see it in theaters. So the first time I saw it was when they started playing it on TV, and you have all the commercials.
And you had to wait forever for them to come to, like, you know how it takes only like 3 months now to come to, it took like an hour, like not an hour, like a year and a half for it to come to TV. I hated
and it comes on TV, and then you have all the commercials, and they cut pieces of the movie.
You had to watch it like at a certain time. There was no direct TV recording or anything.
And you could set your VCR to record.
That's true. You could have a cassette.
I had a VCR recording of The Princess Bride because I loved it, and so all the commercials, were
on it.
Yeah.
How nostalgic.
Yeah.
I love that.
Such a good movie. But yeah, I chose to go see a dumb movie instead of The Princess Bride with my friends. My friends were pissed.
I would be too. That's okay. I'm sure they all saw it afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, now you know. Choose Princess Bride over everything else.
Yes.
Okay. The resemblance to Nessie of the Flathead Lake Monster is that it is spotted, surfacing the water with many humps.
Oh.
Yeah. Lainey Hansel, a fisheries biologist that has worked on Flathead Lake for 30 years.
Holy crap. That's a long time.
30 years. Yeah.
How many times has he seen Flossie?
I don't know. Not many.
Oh no, buddy.
I think he compiles everything together, but he believes it's there, and I'm sure he has seen it, but I don't think it says that how many times he's seen it.
Well, good for him for like keeping the belief alive.
Yeah, he's got the faith.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has file folders of recorded accounts, maps, newspaper clippings, and everything in between about the alleged Flathead Lake monster. He is amazed by Flossie because in all sightings of the creature, every one of the descriptions is exactly the same, even though witnesses have never met each other.
Wow. Okay. That's really telling for me.
Right?
That's good. Okay. I would believe too. I would spend 30
everyone
years.
has the same description.
Yeah. I would spend 30 years researching Flossie.
Too.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the internet back then, right?
Yeah.
So, there you go. In an interview with flatheadbeacon.com, Hansel stated, "It was the similarities that really piqued my interest. This consistency is kind of validity. I mean, the similarities occurring in this thing, it's uncanny."
Nice.
Put that further. Oh, picture.
Yes,
here.
yes. Oh, so okay. Flossie looks pretty similar to what they thought Elsie. Ogopogo, yeah. Flossie looks very similar to Ogopogo.
Like there's no fin.
But there's no
back.
fins, and she's got
alligator-like
feet.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a cross between an alligator and a whale and a dolphin.
It's a mermaid.
It's a mermaid. Interesting.
It's a mermaid alligator.
Okay.
The giant sturgeon theory keeps getting tossed around. It was really huge in the 1950s. Yes, sturgeons can grow more than 10 feet long, and they do look like prehistoric monsters.
Yeah, they do.
Creatures,
Sturgeons are weird, man.
They're so creepy looking, but they taste good. But
yeah.
I like them. Okay. The sturgeon craze took off so much so that Big Fish Unlimited offered a cash reward for any sturgeon caught in the Flathead Lake.
Ooh.
The kicker, there were no sturgeon ever recorded living in Flathead Lake. So what? Okay, but
that's an easy contest to like throw out there.
Hey.
I'll give you a huge reward if you catch the biggest sturgeon in this lake. Okay.
But what's crazy is that in May 28th, 1955, C. Leslie Griffith presented a 7'6" 181-pound white sturgeon he claimed to have caught in the Flathead Lake.
Liar, pants on fire.
The sturgeon is currently on display in the Polson Flathead Historical Museum, but it probably shouldn't be, though.
Yeah.
Press covered this event, but many people doubted the sturgeon had indeed come from the lake.
Yeah, because there's no sturgeon in the lake.
Yeah. So a biologist from the University of Montana had cut open the fish's stomach and determined it came from a separate river system.
Yeah.
Duh. Why is it still there then?
I don't know.
Just out of kicker.
Yeah, because people are like, "Ooh, this is the sturgeon that was caught there." Hopefully, they have a plaque saying,
"No, it
was not caught here."
Right.
But this is the
This was the
famous
lie.
Yeah, this is the lie.
But this is how sturgeon look. So there you go. That's more,
Okay.
I think. But anyway.
Educational purposes.
Exactly. The first ever sighting of Flossie was reported in 1889.
Ooh.
The Lake Steamboat U.S. Grant was on Flathead Lake, led by Captain James C. Kerr, and had, or is it Kerr or is it Kerr?
That reminds me of Sleepless in Seattle when they're like, is it Deborah Carr or Deborah Kerr?
And had about 100 passengers aboard. As they were cruising, they spotted something in the water and thought nothing of it first because they chalked it up to being some sort of large log. Then when it got closer, it was ginormous. Not a log, maybe a whale-like creature. Either way, it was alive and coming right at them in the water.
Oh, that's so scary.
What is it?
It's the screeching eels.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it was making a noise? One of Kerr's crew decided to shoot at it.
Of course, shoot first.
Ask questions later. Yep. The creature dove for safety and the ship maneuvered away from it. They didn't see the creature again that day.
No, because it doesn't want to get shot.
Yeah, that's so mean. Let's shoot at it.
Probably coming to say, hi.
What if you shoot at it and then
My
it
name's
sinks?
Flossie.
But like you're gonna shoot it and then like not capture it, just shoot it and like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, no.
But they weren't thinking logically, I'm guessing.
No, they're just like, we got guns, we shoot.
We could use them. Generally, there are only 1 or 2 reports of sightings every year.
That seems like a lot, though.
Still,
Since like 1889 to
1 or 2.
now, it's, hundreds of years
Yeah.
late, at least over 100 years.
Hashtag because math. I love it.
Oh my gosh. It's been many, many, many years. We can do it that way.
There you go. We could use that. Now, in the late 1980s, Brian Beck, owner of Flathead Lake Monster Inc., was hesitant to tell anyone that he spotted the creature. And yes, it's not a Flathead Lake Monster where you're like looking for the monster. I think it's just an actual company named after the monster.
Yeah.
It's like for boats.
Okay, but that's so dumb, though.
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
know.
why name your company the
If you don't
Flathead
believe.
Lake Monster? And I don't believe in the Flathead Lake Monster, but this is my
Because
company.
it's like a joke, I guess. I don't know. It's pretty dumb, though.
Oh, that's dumb. No, you honor that. You cherish that. Like,
Yeah.
if you're going to name your company, be proud of that and be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I believe in the Flathead Lake Monster.
Maybe more people will come. I
Yeah.
don't know. Well, he didn't want people to think he was crazy. So he didn't say anything at first. I love that song. But then he heard other people who had sightings in the exact same spot and time that he did. Beck said it was serpent-like and with waves. It just didn't look like anything I've seen on the lake, and I grew up on the lake. I've seen about everything on the lake. Lake. But for some mysterious reason, 1993 was the Flathead Lake Monsters year.
Ooh, go Flossie. Go get some.
Where were you in 1993?
In 93, I was in high school.
Aww.
I was like a sophomore.
Oh my gosh.
Sophomore in high school. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I
in-
graduated in 96.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
in middle school, like right at the
You were
beginning.
in middle school? How cute.
I hated middle school. Anyway, okay. Yeah, 93. Yeah, I just moved back from England.
Aw, yay.
Yay. Okay. Hansel and longtime historian and former editor of the Flathead Courier, Paul Fugelberg, was able to gather 13 unusual sightings, the most for any year.
Dude.
13.
Go 93.
I don't know why it says 113. So this is the map of the Flathead Lake I'm showing Angela, and they have it mapped out to where the sightings happened.
From 1889 to 2020.
That you go.
Ooh.
So it was a total of 113
113.
sightings. That's why.
Yeah.
But look at the bottom.
Oh, wow. Flossie likes to hang out down there at that little point there.
There's a little point at the bottom of the lake that she loves, or he loves, or whoever.
They.
There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
On May 24th, there was one sighting of 2 monsters together in Big Arm Bay.
So he and she, maybe.
Maybe.
We'll call them they.
There you go.
And the little babies.
Yeah. They were clear enough to see that one creature was significantly larger than the other. So the speculation was either it was mother and child or male and female couple.
Oh,
more
see,
than
that's why.
one.
Well, yeah, that's good because there's no way that this monster is living
Could live
for
forever.
100 plus years.
Or even longer than that.
Yeah.
'cause maybe it was there and no one spotted it
Yeah.
before, right?
Oh.
July 13th, 2 visitors from Seattle, 1 bank officer and 1 district sales manager, supposedly acquired a few seconds of video footage of the creature.
Cool.
I don't have it.
Oh. I got all excited.
I'm excited too, but I don't have it. Sorry.
Aw.
But on the video, you can supposedly see a large, dark shape, roughly 12 feet long, that is just below the surface. One of the witnesses said he saw the creature before the film started rolling and claimed it had a sturgeon-like head with an eel-like body.
Oh, okay. So it looks like the monster that you
Exactly.
showed. Yeah.
Right? And we can't see if it's got feet or
Right.
legs, right? But
I like the little jazz hands. Like, it's got feet. She did little jazz hands for the feet.
tiny little feet. So there we go.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Flossie.
Flossie. Then July 15th, 2 sightings occurred, and it happened 25 minutes and 15 miles apart.
Oh, dude.
So this could be those 2 separate ones or
Flossie's fast.
Yeah, very
Just
fast.
zooming through that lake.
Exactly. Lastly, apparently there was a local story that received a lot of publicity, but not sure exactly what year this happened.
Okay.
This is on Wikipedia. A 3-year-old boy had fallen into the lake, and when asked about how he was able to get out, he told his mother that the flathead monster lifted me up. Okay.
Oh my God.
What?
I'm having some kind of reaction to that. Okay. I think like if it was my kid and they're like, the flathead monster lifted me up, that will like be burned in my brain forever. And I would be like, yeah, that's just
so weird, right?
I would. Okay. Well, I immediately got chills everywhere and I shaved my legs today, which was stupid. And so, yeah, I got chills everywhere. And like, how creepy would that be? I would be so creeped out by my kid and like thankful that the creature did that, but at the same time creeped out that the creature did that. And I'd be like,
what do you do? What do you do?
What?
Go, let's go get some ice cream.
Like, that's great, honey.
Okay,
I'm
let's
so
change the
glad you're
subject.
okay.
I don't know how to handle that.
Oh my gosh.
Your brain's just
What would
like
you
too
do?
much. I don't know. I
Pee my
would
pants.
ask to describe it.
Yeah.
And then
oh,
if it
what did
sounded
it look
real,
like?
yeah, I'd be like, okay.
Well, yay, Flossie.
Yeah.
Flossie's nice.
So Flossie's a nice
Saves
one.
little kids.
Not a monster.
No.
Yeah. Okay. But that's the end of Flossie. And we go on to Lake Champlain now.
Lake Champlain.
And we go to known as Champ.
Champ.
Yes.
Aww.
So Lake Champlain, it borders New York, Vermont, and the northern tip resides in Quebec. It is the 13th largest lake.
There's good fishing in Quebec. Sorry, it's a reference for a show that I watch.
You're so
Those of
cute.
you who know that show.
I've only watched a couple episodes.
How are you now? Good and you?
You're so funny.
I love Letterkenny.
You're so cute.
That's the show, Letterkenny.
What is it stream on again?
Letterkenny, I think, is
it
on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah. Watch
I don't
it.
watch a lot of
It's
Hulu.
so stupidly funny. It's so good. A lot of okay, I'm going to talk about it for a second. Apparently, a lot of the language will fly right over your head if you're not Canadian. So, but they do have sites that you can go on and get all of that translated so that you
interesting.
know what all of their
Thanks,
little
sites.
references mean.
That's so funny.
It's very helpful because we've had to do that a few times. Like, what does Ferda mean? Ferda?
What does Ferda mean?
For the for the boys, for the whatever, Ferda, Ferda win.
So it's just fast to say instead of for the.
Yeah.
Oh, you're cute. All right. Well,
Letterkenny. Okay.
Lake Champlain is the 13th largest lake by area in the U.S., roughly 490 square miles in area, 107 miles long, and 14 miles across at its widest point.
Wow.
So it's pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah.
The maximum depth is approximately 400 feet.
Ooh.
So it's pretty deep.
So it's similar to Flathead, but it's a little bit deeper.
A little bit deeper.
And bigger.
Way
much bigger. That's huge.
Yeah, that's huge. The lake is named after French explorer Samuel de Champlain, who had stumbled upon the lake in July of 1609.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Long time ago. Now, that year, Samuel de Champlain had written about a monster in the lake.
Wow.
Yeah. Some say Champlain really never saw the creature, but he had talked to the local Abenaki Indian tribe, and they had told him all about it. Either way, He described it as a quote unquote lake monster 5 feet long, as thick as a man's thigh, with silver gray scales a dagger could not penetrate. Side note, how does he know it can't penetrate his scales? Which is weird to me.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's just trying to be dramatic.
Yes,
there.
exactly. Drama. But the alleged monster had 2.5 feet jaws with sharp teeth.
Sounds like a sturgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of research states Champlain also mentioned that the monster was roughly 20 feet long and described...
see, that's not a sturgeon.
Yeah, and described as a serpent that was thick as a barrel with a head like a horse.
Oh, so we have a horse head, not a bowling ball.
Yeah,
but,
not a bowling ball.
Yeah.
But some people believe he was describing a gar pike, which...
Oh, yeah.
A gar pike does look like that description.
Yeah, those are weird fish. I have a thing about fish.
I know you do. I know you do, and I get it. It's funny because I find it fascinating to see these big fish in like the cages or the
aquariums. Yeah. That's okay. If they're in an aquarium, it doesn't bother me, but I don't want to be in the same water.
It's in a big lake.
Oh my gosh. I went snorkeling in Belize, which is where my husband and I got married, and we were snorkeling in Belize. And like sharks, I understand. Whales, okay, I understand. But fish,
just general fish,
they should not be bigger than me. And there was this giant, yes. And there was like a giant bass or something in the water.
Those are huge.
It's huge. And I'm like, no. You're way
you don't
bigger
need to
than
be that
me.
big.
That's not allowed.
You
I
can
understand
like
the
5
ocean.
families.
Yeah. Like I understand how big the ocean is. And yes, you can get as big as you want in the ocean. It's fine.
Yeah,
but like, dude, you're bigger than me. I don't like fish that are bigger than me. It weirds me out, man. I don't like
it. It's like you're cringing. Ugh.
Yes, I don't like it. It's too big.
Yeah, pikes are pretty big.
Yeah.
Ugh, sturgeon are big.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're too big.
Yeah.
In a lake too, though.
In a lake, no.
Yeah, the lake's big, like we said, but it's still small to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Compared to the ocean.
Yeah.
But anyway, since those inaugural written details about the Lake Champlain monster emerged, or Champ as it now is commonly referred to, there have been over 300 sightings of this cryptid. This was based on an article by the New England Historical Society. Yet, cryptozoologist Nick Valenzuela believes that number is incorrect, and that there have been really roughly 600 sightings.
That's like twice as much. Because #math. My math skills are so good today.
She's like so proud of herself. Like
I'm so proud.
You're too cute. Well, the next reported sighting after Samuel de Champlain himself was from a Captain Crumb. He mentioned seeing a 187-foot serpentine monster.
That is way bigger.
Jump.
We went from 5. See, it's the big fish story, right? We went from 5 feet to 25 feet. Now we're like 187.
Yeah, that's way bigger.
That's very specific. 187.
Yeah, that's true. How do you know it's exact? Yeah. Did you take out a measure?
It's 187. I know that. Oh, come on.
Maybe his boat was like 180 and it was like bigger than his boat. I don't know.
7 feet bigger.
Yep. No idea. Well, between the 1870s and the early 1930s, the Champlain monster was probably the most famous lake cryptid known in the world. Hundreds of newspapers wrote about the eyewitness accounts of the elusive lake monster. Sightings of Champ was heavy in 1873.
Oh.
Why? I don't know. 1873.
Okay, the late 1800s. That's when we're getting all these reports are starting. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, interesting.
In August of that year, J.P. Farmer, a Burlington marble mill worker, told the Burlington Free Press that he saw a marine monster while fishing in Shelburne Bay and described it as an animal with a brownish body, seemingly from 12 to 15 feet in length and having a large head and shape like a bull pout. What's a bull pout?
I have no idea.
The pout of a bull, I'm guessing.
Have you seen bulls pout? I don't think I want to see a bull pout.
Smile.
No, like,
yeah, see? There you go. That's a bull pout. They always do that.
I know me making that sound, you guys are totally seeing what that face looks like.
I love it. Then in that same year, there were reported sightings from railroad workers, the Clinton County Sheriff, and tourists aboard the steamship WB Eddy that claimed they were almost knocked overboard by the lake monster.
Dude!
Yeah. The massive numbers of reported sightings caught the eye of P.T. Barnum, who offered a bounty of $50,000 if anyone brought the Lake Champlain monster in, dead or alive.
Oh, P.T. Barnum, man.
He never gave that money out because no one did it.
No one did it. Good.
Yeah. Oh, P.T.
I hope people didn't do it on purpose. Like, not that they just couldn't find Champ, but that they were like, no. People would have done it. Yeah, they would have done it.
But no, they couldn't, thankfully.
Yay, good.
In 1883, Sheriff Nathan H. Mooney claimed to see a creature that was almost 30 feet in length, and 5 feet of the creature emerged from the water. See, we got some more sightings. We jump ahead in time to July 5th, 1977.
I was almost alive.
I'm so close.
Yay, so close.
When Sandy Mancy and her family were having a nice family vacation by the lake. Mancy was relaxing on the shore while her children were splashing around in the water when suddenly she spotted a creature emerge above the lake surface.
Uh-oh.
According to her, the creature held itself up about 6 to 8 feet out of the water.
Dude.
And in these instances, you ask, did she capture any evidence? Nicole? Why, yes. She had captured the most famous image of Champ known to date.
Yay!
With her Kodak Instamatic. So I'm going to show Angela.
Ooh, oh, I've seen that. Oh, hi, Champ. I've seen that picture.
Looks like Nessie, right?
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures that, that's Nessie.
It's the most famous one.
Yeah.
The image was actually analyzed by the University of Arizona Optical Sciences Center, and they could confirm that the photo was not tampered with and could not identify the subject that Mancy had captured. Cool.
Nice.
Since then, many have come forward with their either eyewitness accounts or actual photos or videos. In the early 1980s, Sue Lackey and her newlywed husband were on the lake in their boat. It was in the summer, so it was hot, and there were no waves, no wakes, no wind, no storm. They were coasted near the New York shoreline north of Bulwaga Bay, and then something silently and unexpectedly emerged from the water.
Ooh.
She is quoted on roadtrippers.com. It wasn't a hose, it wasn't an eel, it was something that humped, she says, making a cresting wave-like gesture with her hands.
Ooh.
It was rounded, and you couldn't see under it. It came up and down into the water again, and then there were 2 of them, and then there were 3 of them. I think she's talking about humps.
Alice's camel has 1 hump.
There you go.
Alice's camel has.
And I said to Steve, "That's Champ." He just sat there and looked at me, and he said, perhaps we should go home.
Aren't you scared, Steve? A little bit scared there.
I don't think I want to be on this lake anymore.
She's like, "It's Champ, yay!" She's probably like, "Let's get closer. Let's take a picture." And he's like, "Maybe we should go home."
Yeah, nope.
I think that's a nope. I'm done. Let's go home.
I'm done. In 1980, Dee Carroll admits she saw Champ while driving along in December. She was looking outside the window of the car and saw a post-like object in the water. But when she tried to view it more, the post was gone, but huge, large, concentric circles on the water were moving outwards.
Ooh.
She is quoted speaking with the early show. Now, posts don't just disappear. They float or stick up or do something. They don't just go down. That was her.
That's true. Posts don't come and go on their own. If it's a post, it's set there for a reason.
It's an inanimate object.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
She's hilarious. With technology improving in leaps and bounds, people are trying desperately to get some sort of evidence, whether videos, photos, and even sonar. In 1993, a Japanese team visited Lake Champlain with 15 boats and multiple helicopters.
Holy crap. That's
a big load of people.
That's a big operation.
A lot of stuff,
yeah.
What they came back with was a sonar report of a very large object that was roughly 20 feet long and that had passed under them.
Oh, cool.
20 feet long.
Wow.
But that's all they could find with helicopters and
so all they could find was just sonar of something
sonar.
that was 20 feet that went underneath them.
Interesting, right? I feel like a helicopter would see something, but they didn't.
Well, maybe it's so deep because that's one thing that all of these lakes have in common is that they're very, very deep.
Yeah.
And it seems like these animals like to stay down deep.
Right.
So that's why we don't see them that often.
Sure.
Yeah. Because I know some of these other lakes are deeper that we're going to hit.
Yeah. Then 10 years later, the Discovery Channel sent a team to Lake Champlain to take sonar readings of the lake, and they discovered high-pitched ticking and chirping noises such as what dolphins or whales make. But as you may know, this is fresh water, so the noises could not have come from dolphins or whales.
It's Champ and his family.
It's talking to each other.
See, okay, I feel like this is enough. It's enough evidence for me that there's definitely animals down there. Yes.
Do you think, here's a weird far out theory.
I like how excited you are. Okay.
Because it reminded me of the Mothman. What do you think because, in the oceans and things like that, they're saying that there might be UFOs at the bottoms of oceans.
Yeah.
Do you think these creatures might be pets?
I like that. So we have a Mothman pet, and then we have
one that flies, so
it's like
one's underwater.
It's like they're turtles.
Yeah, there you go. And they keep them forever, and they love them, and they pet them, and they
I think they're like I think they're dinosaurs more than I think that they are alien pets. But I like that theory. That's so cute.
Well, so fun fact, I've been watching a couple things about octopuses.
Yes.
And how crazy different they are in their anatomy.
Yes.
And that those could be possibly crazy aliens
pets.
Because
it makes sense.
Their species is just so far different than like any species we have on Earth.
Yeah.
And how like
octopi are
smart
crazy. They're crazy.
They're creepy.
And people eat them.
They're called in Japanese, they're called tacos.
Tacos.
T-A-K-O. Taco.
So
don't eat a taco in Japan.
Oh no.
Because it's not our tacos.
No. Oh.
Okay. Anyway,
we digress. We do that all the time. It's okay. Our listeners know. We never stay on topic.
Never.
For very long.
Okay.
It's like squirrel.
We're air signs. We can't help it.
I know.
Okay. February 22nd, 2006. ABC News was able to obtain a video by two fishermen who captured something mysterious swimming next to their boat with their digital camera.
Ooh.
You can make out a monster head and neck.
I got chills. I'm so excited.
Okay.
Do you have the video?
I have. Oh, yeah. I'll get to the video.
You guys, this is exciting. You can see it.
So there's a picture.
You guys will see these pictures.
Yeah, I'll try to put these on Instagrams and socials. But so there's the head, right?
Looks like a little horsey head, and then the body.
Yeah, head and then the body.
A little bit of the body. It's definitely humping.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Looks like a baby.
Oh, it did look like a little bitty one.
Cool?
Oh, that's so cool. You guys, it's so cool.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll put that link in our notes for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Then in 2014, Dennis Hall and Katie Elizabeth set up a hydrophone underwater system to listen to the sounds in the lake. They did come back with loud, deep sounds in a region called Scotch Bonnet that could be the not most compelling scientific evidence of the unknown aquatic creature.
Ooh.
Do you hear it? It's like purring.
Yeah, I was going to say it sounds like a cat purr.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Purring animal. Champ. Okay. Note that from all the captured data and sightings, many people think Champ could be a living plesiosaur.
Yay! Hi, plesiosaur. They're so cute.
They're really cool looking. Okay. I think that video looks very much.
It does. The video does
right
look
there.
Like the head and the neck
mm-hmm.
is what you saw, and then the rest of the body.
So,
like you just saw the head, and then
it goes down,
kind of humped up, and then went down. Just getting a breath.
Yep.
Checking out the boat.
Our last lake monster.
Oh, where are we going?
Gee, I wonder. So yes, the most well-known lake cryptid with the oldest sighting, the Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness Monster. You told me about tree fitting. I don't know. I was trying to do South Park and it didn't work. I can't do impressions. I'm not gonna. Tree fitting.
Do the grandma. Tree fitting.
I'm about tree fitting. Get out of here, you Loch Ness Monster.
I love it. All right. Well,
I'll be here all night, folks.
Thank you.
My impressions are
I love it.
spot on.
You're awesome. Let's put the Loch Ness into perspective in size.
Yes.
Okay? Lake Champlain is actually much larger than the Loch Ness. And people say you can see across Lake Champlain when standing in New York or Vermont. So Loch Ness is only 22 square miles in the Scottish Highlands. However, its deepest point is 755 feet.
That's so deep.
That's over 350 feet deeper than Lake Champlain.
Yeah. It's
big.
Super deep.
It is the largest body of water by volume in Great Britain, as it contains more water than all the lakes in England and Wales combined.
Dude, really?
Yeah, so it's maybe not, doesn't look big on the surface, but you go underwater, it's huge.
Yeah. It is deep.
Now, did you know that the first ever recording sighting was in the 6th century?
Holy
6th century.
crap.
Now,
that's why this is a dinosaur, because we keep getting later or earlier and earlier with reports of these creatures, and who knows the native peoples of the land before we got there. Who knows how long they've been seeing those creatures. They're dinosaurs.
Yep. According to Adamnan's The Life of St. Columba on August 22nd, 564, Columba was visiting Scotland when he encountered local residents burying a man by the River Ness. The people told Columba, an Irish priest at the time, that this man was swimming in the River Ness when he was attacked by a water beast that mauled him and dragged him underwater, even though all efforts went into saving him. So Columba wanted to test this and sent a follower to swim across the river. I don't want to do this.
That's so mean. It's so mean. And I bet he told the follower, don't worry, God will protect you.
Oh, man.
That's so mean.
Yep.
Okay.
The water beast did come and approach the man, but supposedly Columba made the sign of the cross and said, "Go no further. Do not touch the man. Go back at once." And the creature acted as if he was pulled back by reins and fled.
Oh, sure. 100% that happened.
100%. So BT Dub, St. Columba is credited for introducing Christianity to Scotland.
Yeah.
But who knows if this is the actual Loch Ness monster, as back then water monsters were popular tales to spread, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Another theory that an unknown creature has lurked in the Loch Ness for a very long time. Just prior to St. Columba's visit to the Scottish Highlands, the Romans visited northern Scotland in the 1st century AD.
Oh, wow.
They ran into these fierce tattoo-covered tribes called Picts, or painted people. The Picts had carved many standing stones all around the Loch Ness and had a fascination with animals. Their carvings were very detailed and intricate and lifelike, so you can tell today what animal they had carved. And there are some stones still standing today.
That's so cool. I want to go, just to see the pics.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That'd be fun. But they could tell everything all except one. The unknown creature had an elongated beak or muzzle, a head, locket, or sprout, and flippers instead of feet. Scholars described it as swimming elephant, but some think this is the first depicted image of the Loch Ness monster.
The plesiosaur.
I don't think this is an elephant swimming, but I don't know how you get that out of that.
It doesn't look like an elephant swimming to me.
Right?
Yeah, it looks... I don't know what that looks like.
Exactly. No one could figure it out.
It's got like a horse head.
Does have a horse head, has some weird flipper fins, but yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Interesting.
Also, Scottish folklore tends to incorporate large animals that lay below in the depths of the water, such as water horses or water kelpies. Remember that?
Yes.
Typically, they have magical powers and malevolent. Oh my God.
Malevolent.
That's like the 20th time. I cannot say that word. It's like
I love it.
Ingrained in my brain.
Every time you try to use the word, I have to say it for you. I love it. It's so good. This is a thing now.
We're going to scratch this. No.
It's staying. Yes. It's a thing.
I can't do words.
Hashtag because words.
Malevolent.
There you go.
I hate that word.
Think of Maleficent.
I know, but when you look at it, on my, like, just as a word, it looks like male volant.
Malevolent.
Male volant. Stupid word. Anyway, I'm just, I put that in there. So most common is when the water horse lures small children into the water to give them a ride. And once upon the creature, their hands become stuck to the beast and are dragged down to a watery death. We did one of those.
That's sad.
I believe with this history of passing on this type of folklore, Nessie's presence in the Loch Ness gives more meaning to the people of Scotland. Mm-hmm. So I think they're going to grasp onto the idea and concept of Nessie more than anybody else.
Yeah, because those water spirits, water sprites,
right,
have big.
It's ingrained in the culture.
I can't say words.
See, now I got you.
Now. Yeah, they have a big presence in their culture, and so it makes sense that like they're gonna celebrate Nessie and keep that alive longer than anybody else would. Yeah. Although Nessie is real and Nessie is a dinosaur and Nessie does live in Loch Ness.
I love you. We'll go visit.
Yes.
Now let's rewind a bit and we find the most popular first article about the Loch Ness Monster sighting within the Inverness Courier. It was published May 2nd, 1933 and describes what Aldi Mackay and her husband John Mackay spotted while taking a drive. They were on the A82 on April 15th, 1933 when they saw an enormous creature with the body of a whale rolling in the water in the loch. This is when the word monster first came about. Alex Campbell's article had an excerpt on Wikipedia. The creature disported itself, rolling and plunging for fully a minute, its body resembling that of a whale, and the water cascading and churning like a simmering cauldron. Soon, however, it disappeared in a boiling mass of foam. Both onlookers confessed that there was nothing uncanny about the whole thing, for they realized that here was no ordinary denizen of the depths because, apart from its enormous size, the beast, in taking the final plunge, sent out waves that were big enough to have been caused by a passing steamer.
Oh.
It's huge.
It's huge. Okay, so first of all, I have so many things going on in my brain. The main thing that's going on in my brain right now is Adele. I'm Rolling in the Deep. It's playing in my head.
I'm rolling. I'm sorry. I bet.
No, I know. It's been playing in my head like almost the whole episode. And I'm like trying to make it stop. But
you're funny.
That was like a really crazy thing put together because it's... Okay, I love the description of it. It disappeared in a boiling mass of foam. I'm like, it's not boiling. What are you talking about? Like, stop being crazy descriptive.
So dramatic.
Yes. But then they said, oh, it's something uncanny about the whole thing. Well, yeah, it's uncanny.
It's something you've never seen before, right?
Yeah. I love how, I don't know, that description was funny to me.
It's people trying, it's journalists writing, I think, more descriptive than they need to.
Yeah. Sensationalizing the whole thing, trying to make it more scary than what it actually was. They want people
to read their newspaper.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh, let's put some
monster.
Let's make something sensational so that everyone's talking about this article.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, obviously, this created a huge frenzy for media and the town. The Loch Ness Monster became even more of a phenomenon when on July 22nd, 1933, George Spicer and his wife saw a most extraordinary form of animal cross the road in front of their car.
Crossing the road? Like out of the water?
Yep.
Fish out of water.
They described the creature to have a large body that was roughly 4 feet high and 25 feet long.
Holy bajolies.
Yes, with a wavy, narrow neck, slightly thicker than an elephant's trunk, and as long as the width of the road.
A plesiosaur.
10 to 12 feet.
Yay!
Exactly. They saw no limbs.
Flippers.
It supposedly made its way across the road towards the loch, leaving a trail of broken undergrowth in its wake. The creature moved rapidly, and Spicer described it as the nearest approach to a dragon or prehistoric animal that I have ever seen in my life. The story was published on August 4th, 1933, which definitely triggered more public interest and solidified the name Loch Ness Monster.
Nessie, just out for a stroll.
Out walking around. More sightings increased as a road was built along the loch in early 1933, so workers, tourists, and locals were able to visit what was once an isolated area.
Oh, poor Nessie. Nessie's just like, popular. Dude,
I just want to sleep. Leave me alone. Crossing the road, man.
I hate people. That's me. So many people.
Too many people. In the 1930s, many more came forward with claimed sightings and even photographs, but most were debunked to be otters.
Otters?
My favorite.
They have otters in Loch Ness.
They're like, oh, it's a Loch Ness Monster. No, it's just an otter.
Oh, we have to go see the otters. I love the otters.
Me too. The most well-known hoax of a photo was taken in 1934. Most know what the photo is by now, and it has been dubbed the surgeon's photograph, which we all know.
Yep.
Yep.
It's like an arm coming out of the water.
Exactly.
Ooh,
it was debunked in 1999 when the book Nessie, the Surgeon's Photograph Exposed was released, and we all found out it was just a toy submarine.
We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine.
That looks like
yellow submarine.
There have been many expeditions and searches for Nessie dating back to the 1930s that were not just individuals trying to snap a photo or video. In 1934, Edward Mountain financed a huge search that included 20 men with binoculars and cameras. They positioned themselves around the loch from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for 5 weeks, starting in July 13th of 1934. They had roughly 21 photographs taken, but all were inconclusive. In December 1954, fishing boat Rival 3 went on the Loch Ness to take sonar readings. The crew noted a large object keeping pace with their boat at a depth of 146 meters.
See, they like it deep.
Or, 479 feet below. What's crazy is it was detected for 2,600 feet before contact was lost and regained.
Wow.
So it was following them.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the only searches that came back with something that couldn't be explained.
Nice. At
that time. In 1962, a few notable people formed the Loch Ness Phenomena Investigation Bureau to study Loch Ness to identify the creature known as the Loch Ness Monster or determine the causes or reports of it. They received a grant of $20,000 from World Book Encyclopedia to fund a 2-year program of daylight watches from May to October. The society was disbanded in 1972. There's material where they released their quote-unquote evidence and findings, but hard to tell what, if any, evidence they did come up with. So
it was not a very successful.
Unfortunately, no. They got all that money, didn't do much. In 1987, Operation Deep Scan commenced that involved 24 motor launches that traversed the whole length of Loch Ness, doing a deep, thorough sonar scan of the loch. At about 200 feet down, they were able to provide a sonar echo from a large and moving object that supposedly remains unexplained. A lot of sonar. Then in the summer of 2002, Genesis Park staff completed more sonar scans, and they were able to pick up a sonar image that shows a huge animate object deep in the loch.
Oh, Nessie.
See? Based on all reports, and to this day, it is said that there have been roughly 4,000 sightings.
Dude.
4,000.
Nessie.
D.G. Gowler wrote an article called The Loch Ness Monster for the Commonwealth Forestry Review and describes Nessie as, here we go, dark in color, often brown, but elephant gray is sometimes mentioned. The variation in color described by the witnesses is probably due to the differing intensity of light and whether the object was seen in silhouette or not. The number of humps seems to range from 8 down to 1, but by far the greatest number of reports speak of 1 or 2 humps. The length of its body is usually estimated at between 20 and 40 feet. The head and neck, described in just under half of the recorded sightings, is always 5 or 6 feet above the waterline, snake-like, with the head no thicker than the diameter of the neck. The majority of descriptions refer to a definitely reptilian type of head with a pair of horns similar to those of a giraffe or a snail. As mentioned... Oh,
that's cute. No,
right?
I'm just laughing. It's cute.
2 horns, yeah. As mentioned before, 2 humps are most frequently seen, but the humps vary in number, shape, and size, and on occasions these changes have actually been watched taking place. Flippers or paddles have been sighted occasionally. More frequent have been the mention of splashes on both sides of the animal, and it is probable that it uses its flippers as an additional means of propulsion through the water. The tail has not been seen very frequently, but the few sightings describe it as being thick, powerful, and over 6 feet long. All reports agree that the skin of the animal is skin and not hair or fur. It is, it is not a purely aquatic animal, as it has been seen a number of times on dry land, and on one occasion it was seen to cross the B852 in broad daylight.
Right. Oh, see, she's a dinosaur.
Yep, they drew a diagram of it. It's pretty cool. It looks
a plesiosaur.
Yeah, it looks like a dinosaur. Gallagher goes on to mention, though, that there are 4 theories as to what people are seeing. This is so vague. I don't know why. 1, an inanimate object. What?
No.
That's 40 feet long?
No, it's not because it keeps moving.
Yeah.
It's not. That's like the definition of it. It's an animate object because it's moving.
Yep. That's why I don't like these. 2, an ordinary member of a known species of animal. That's 40 feet long.
It's not an otter.
No.
Otters don't get that big.
Oh my gosh, imagine.
I know. I think you would
cuddly.
be like, ah! You would like want to climb on its body, on its belly, and just be like, yay!
Live in an otter. Oh my gosh. 3, a giant form of a known species, like the otter. And 4, and as yet unknown animal, which...
it's a plesiosaur.
There you go. It's an evolved plesiosaur.
Yeah.
In 2018, an international team consisting of researchers from the universities of Otago, Copenhagen, Hull, and the Highlands and Islands did a DNA survey of the lake looking for unusual species. The results: no DNA of large fish such as sharks, sturgeons, and catfish could be found. Plus, no otter or seal DNA. So if there were otters at one point, they're left.
Gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of eel DNA was found, though. Sadly, no evidence of reptilian sequences were found, so probably not a giant scaly reptile swimming around the Loch Ness. But hey, who knows? Maybe Nessie has DNA that resembles more of an eel.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like the descriptions sound more eel-like.
Exactly.
Eel-like than...
Yeah. But the most recent published incident that took place, that I'm going to show Angela, March 1st, 2023, Ian O'Fowdigan, I'm going to say, was monitoring a webcam of the loch when he noticed a dark presence that was roughly 30 feet long. Ooh. But then within an hour, he spotted 2 humps surfacing not far away. Oh. But they were moving away from each other.
Oh.
O'Fowdigan believes that there are 2 different creatures in the loch, thus why so many people give slightly different descriptions. I'll put a link in the news report video on our website.
I see the humps. They're circled in red, so I don't miss them. Yeah. But I see them. Oh. It's pretty cool. You can vaguely see a couple little humps that are moving.
We were all excited that this would be, the coolest thing, but it's really hard to see. But, who knows? Despite the mystery of the Loch Ness Monster, just recently, the Loch Ness Center put out an all call for a position there to be a sort of Nessie guide. Here's your next job.
Let's go.
Paul Nixon from the Loch Ness Center told the Mirror, as we prepare to reopen the Loch Ness Center following extensive refurbishments, we're looking for talented, enthusiastic people to join us in our passion and mission to share Nessie's story even more widely. In exchange, the right candidates will receive a generous salary and benefits package, along with a unique opportunity to engage with audiences from around the world and share Scotland's legendary history with them.
Yay, let's go. Let's go.
Tour guide?
Yeah, let's go be tour guides for Nessie.
We gotta learn the history real quick. We can do it.
Yeah, do you know any Gaelic?
No.
It's a brabrecht, moonlecht, next, the next.
Okay, there you go. Angela's got the job. I'll just hang out with her.
No, I had a friend in junior high who was Scottish, and she moved back to Scotland. Hi, Judith.
Aww.
And so she taught me just that, which means it's a beautiful, bright, moonlit night tonight. And that's all I know. Oh, and Ohaidhanu. So I know that one too, which is just hello. Oh.
It's a long way to say hello.
Yeah.
Note that it's probably very beneficial to have Nessie around. According to Visit Scotland Tourism and local area businesses, it is calculated that the Loch Ness Monster brings in roughly $54 million to the Scottish economy every year. 54 million. Just because of Nessie.
Oh, yay,
see?
Nessie. Nessie does good.
She's got a job there. See?
It's more than that tree fitty she's looking for.
Tree fitty. Lastly, I want to point out in July 2022.
This was recently.
Yes. Researchers found that plesiosaurs were thought to only live in salt water, but now did thrive in freshwater because they found fossils of 12 different plesiosaurs within a 100-million-year-old river system that is now a part of Morocco's Sahara Desert.
See, they're plesiosaurs, Nicole.
Yep. The Loch Ness Monster may not be an exact plesiosaur, but could be a descendant or ancestor.
Yeah, it's an evolved plesiosaur. Boom!
You're gonna
Mic drop.
Yeah, you're gonna find research saying no, it's not a plesiosaur.
I know,
everywhere.
of course.
But but I wanted to say
it is 100%. They're plesiosaurs.
They could be freshwater. So there you go.
Yeah. These monsters, they're dinosaurs and they live in deep water. You cannot convince me otherwise.
100%.
They're dinosaurs and I love them. That was so fun. Thank you for doing Lake Monsters.
Wasn't that fun?
I love them so much.
That research was really
fun. They make
fun.
me happy.
Yeah, me too. And they're not monsters, everybody.
No, they're wonderful dinosaurs. They're wonderful creatures. So go to these lakes and go spot them and let us know if you see any. You can always email us at theominousstitch@gmail.com, or you can hop over to our website and see any of these really cool videos that Nicole showed me.
Yeah,
and see all these pictures. We have lots of links for you. So you can go to podbean.com and look up the Ominous Stitch podcast and check out all of our notes for this episode or any of our past episodes. And you can also click on a little button there to become a patron. So hello, our patrons.
Yeah. And hey, we're going to have patron episodes soon.
We are having patron episodes. So become a patron if you want to get more of us. And then you can listen to the patron episodes. They're only for you guys.
For you.
And if you become a patron, we send you stuff. We interact with you a little bit more. We do. We send lots of stuff. So become a patron today. Yay. And you can catch us on any of our socials.
Yeah.
We're on all the things.
Mostly Instagram, but
mostly Instagram.
But we're here and there. Just come say hi.
Just come say hi. We want to interact with you. We want to build our community. So even if you don't want to become a patron and you just want to drop a line and say hi, we want to talk to you.
Woo.
That was an awesome episode. But I'm ready for movie time. Are you ready for movie time?
I'm excited for movie time.
It's movie time.
This episode's movie is What Lies Beneath.
What Lies Beneath.
IMDb rating 6.6 stars. And the synopsis: the wife of a university research scientist believes that her lakeside Vermont home is haunted by a ghost, or that she is losing her mind. Directed by Robert Zemeckis.
Yes, it was.
Holy cow. This movie, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to say it was released in 2000, and it's
really in 2000.
Yeah,
I feel like it's older than that.
Really?
I don't know, because I don't know, for some reason I think I was younger when I saw it, but I guess I was like fresh out of college.
Me too.
Wow, crazy.
No, I started college.
You started college.
That's right. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, 2000. And a lot of it takes place in 1998. You'll see that a lot that year.
Yeah.
So they dated themselves a little bit.
Yeah, they did.
It took a little while but it's a good movie, so they had to edit it for that long, so it was good. But yeah, so Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford, and so good. I thought this was one of my favorite scary movies for a long time there, and I totally forgot about it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. I saw this one in theaters. I remember seeing it when it came out, and I remember being blown away by, this is an old movie. This movie can drink, so we can probably spoil it a little bit for you guys. But I remember being blown away by the twist.
It's so twisty.
Yeah.
It's so twisty. I love it because it's got all these elements of old horror movies, like The Rear Window, where she's like watching her neighbor.
Yeah.
There's Psycho, the music in the end is so very Psycho in him. And there's so many cool throwbacks to old horror movies that Robert Zemeckis did. And it doesn't feel old. It feels like I was like, I forgot about this movie. Like, oh my gosh. Oh no. And it just makes you
it's not super dated. You could still enjoy it today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's got you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
I loved it. I forgot about this movie. And I was like, I know this movie. So
yay.
But with Harrison Ford, doesn't it make it feel weird? Like,
yeah, because it's Han Solo.
Yeah, exactly. It's Han Solo. It's Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he's not the bad guy. He's the hero.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy in this one.
Yeah.
Don't be so, moral of the story, don't be so obsessed with your work. Yeah.
And she had to give up her career.
Yeah, she gave up her career to raise her
baby.
Daughter and then follow his
him.
dreams.
Yeah. But
to follow his dreams.
Yeah.
And he was so wrapped up in the ideal of what his life should be.
Yes.
And that's what drove him to be this madman.
Yep. Yeah,
so
he just
it's crazy.
It was like full blown, and his dad, I think that was a big part too.
And this movie is the definition of gaslighting somebody.
Oh, totally.
He's totally gaslighting her, and she's
Always.
like, "Am I going crazy?"
Mm-hmm. She has to question herself.
She's not.
So mean.
He's like doing it to her.
Yep.
And how did he make her forget all of the things that happened? Is it just from gaslighting her?
I think it was the accident. She bumped her head.
Oh, so she had a little amnesia, so she couldn't remember.
She didn't remember anything, and he just kind of like, okay, good, I'm going to take advantage of it, and just shove that aside. Yeah.
Oh man.
So she didn't remember anything.
He's such a terrible person.
But that was good. He played a good, terrible person.
Yes, he did. I didn't like it because of that. It's like, Harrison Ford should not be a terrible person.
I know that was. I feel like they should have gotten.
Well,
else.
I think no. That's why they casted him. So because you don't expect him to be the bad guy, and so when when it becomes obvious that no, he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Then you're like,
a good
what?
liar.
What?
What a big fat liar. Just all the lies that he just spun constantly, and he was so believable.
Constantly trying to cover his ass.
Oh no, she took pills. Oh no, I didn't do anything. No.
Yeah.
It was all her.
He's trying to control the narrative the whole time.
I just slipped once. I was like, no,
you didn't, you jerk.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't love me. No, you don't go cheating on your wife because she was busy with raising your daughter. Like,
right.
It's messed up. So anyway, I love this movie.
Oh, she's excited.
Guess where it was that took place?
Oh, in Vermont?
Yeah, but
did we talk about a lake in Vermont?
Yes.
That might touch some other places, including Quebec, where there's good fishing. It's on Lake Champlain.
Lake Champlain.
Yay!
So we didn't get to see Champ in it, darn it. But
no,
that tied in really
it all
well.
ties in. Maybe Champ saved her at the end.
We didn't see him. He was there.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah. Too fitting.
So good. Yeah. So what would you give this?
Oh, man. So IMDb gave it 6.6. I'd give it an 8.
Oh, you liked it that much.
I really liked this movie because, again, like the fact that it had really creepy ghost story.
Yeah.
Like I was like on the edge of my seat, even though I've seen this many times. I was like, oh yeah, they play with the Ouija board, right?
Yeah.
And you don't know what's happening and it's spooky. And then the bathroom, like I feel like that was just so iconic with the mirror and it just says,
yeah, then, that just popped up on the screen.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, and then the computer turning on.
Yeah. MEF. Yes.
But then you don't know if you think it's the neighbor, but you don't, if you've never seen this before. And it's got so many cool horror elements that I love that makes a good horror movie and a ghost story.
Yeah.
So yeah, 8. I give it 8 stitches.
Okay.
What do you give it?
Well, okay. So my story is a little bit different. I remember watching it in the theater and I remember thinking it was awesome and I loved it. Mm-hmm. This time around when I watched it again, because I remembered the movie and I knew what was going to happen, like the surprises didn't catch me. And so it was more, and then also I was frustrated that my internet kept going out. So I kept having to stop the movie.
That's not cool.
I kept having to stop the movie and then like watch it again, and that was driving me nuts. So I didn't have that much fun watching it this time around.
I'm
sorry. And I felt like she was being very over dramatic, but I mean that was the style in the 2000s to have that much drama going on, and she's just yelling at everybody.
She's by herself and she's feels like she's going crazy and she's bored.
Yeah.
She's got no other life.
Yeah. So I mean I'm gonna agree with IMDb's rating and we'll call it it's a good movie. I remember loving it when it came out. This time around, I was kind of like, meh.
Aww,
so we'll just leave it at a 6.6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't stitch to this as well.
Oh, I was stitching the whole time.
So I guess if you know the movie.
There's a lot of visual interest. So you do want to watch it.
Yes.
But I was mad at my internet and so whatever.
Stupid internet.
So yeah. So I think that probably colored my... Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
But I do love this movie. I do think it's great. But this time around, I'm like, oh no. 6.5 is good.
Well, I hold this high in my heart.
Yes, you do.
I love horror movies.
I love it.
But yeah, that was good. I'm glad we did this movie.
Yay,
we could have done some really terrible movies.
Oh my gosh. Just so you guys know, we went through about 3 other movies that we were going to do for this because we can't find a lake monster horror movie.
Well, you have Anaconda and you had to pay for it, and that's not like, it's okay.
And it's a snake. We know it's a snake, but
there's
no like paranormal thing.
Yeah,
a lake cryptid. And the lake cryptid movies are, I don't know. They're not scary. So there's like water horse. That's not scary.
I think we tried watching that and it wasn't good.
Yeah, no. So anyway, we watched some horrible movies.
Horrible.
And so, but this is definitely the best one we came up with. So this is good. Thank you.
I like this one too.
Yay. So go watch What Lies Beneath if you haven't. Let us know what you think about it. Email us at theI'mGonnaStitch@gmail.com. We want to talk to you. So reach out to us, community. And that was another amazing episode. I love it so much.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yay. Yeah. All right. So I guess that's it. So until next time, we'll see you, Stitchers.
See ya, Stitchers.